Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today's video, it is another episode of Talk of the Hatters. It is the last game of the season. The time has now come. It all goes down to this very last game. Can Luton confirm a playoff place against Reading? We will find out at Saturday at, well, roughly around about 3 o'clock on a Saturday, whether or not Luton will confirm a playoff place. But before I get started with the video, guys, could we drop a like on the video and also drop a comment down below right now? Do you think Luton can confirm a playoff place? Let me know down in the comment section of the video. Don't forget to follow me across all my social media as well, guys. The more likes, the more comments I get on my videos, the more it's going to reach out to my audience, the more this video gets out there. It's the way YouTube works. The more comments, the more likes. You know, the video, it just gets out there. It gets more views and it helps me out a lot more. So, let's get on with the video. Like I do with all my Talk of the Hatters episodes, we do always reflect on the previous match. And for Luton, obviously, it wasn't the best one. And it did take me a while just to get my head around how on earth we lost 7-0. But I've pretty much got my head around it now, and yes, it was just a bad day at the office. We just have to admit that. I think Nathan Jones, he's pretty much spot on when he says this. You know, it's like Fulham going to Manchester City without 9 of their first team players. It really is. And if you have to put it in perspective for Luton, we had a goalkeeper who's not used to playing with the defence in front of him, that particular defence in front of him. I don't think he was at fault for any of the goals, if I'm being honest with you. I thought all goals were very badly defended. And some of them are just good strikes. There's not a lot which you could say the keeper could have done more with. I think if Shea was in goal, I think we would have still conceded those 7 goals, in my opinion. I think it was irrelevant who was in goal. Even if young Harry, or I say young Harry, he's 25, was in goal, I still think those goals still would have went in my opinion. So I don't think the goalkeeper's to blame. You know, defensively, we were just shocking. We were really poor. Fulham, they just wanted it. You know, they knew they had to score goals. They knew that if they won the match, they win the league, and they've won it in style, and fair play to them. You know, these parachute payments, it just gives teams like Fulham an advantage against teams like us, unfortunately. You know, they've got a squad value over 100 million. We've got, what, less than 10 million? Maybe a little bit more than that. It's so hard to compete against these sides. And when we have 9 first-team players out, your number 1 goalkeeper, your number 1 striker, you know, other key players, your captain out as well. We've had 2 of our creative midfielders out. We've practically not had a really solid midfield really in recent weeks. You know, our longest serving player out, Pelly, Alan Campbell, who's been one of our best performing players in the second half of the season, putting up in the warm-up. You know, it just does not help. It really doesn't. And I feel like we have been the most unluckiest team heading into these playoff positions, you know. When I look at Barnsley, when they got into the playoffs, they didn't have this. They did not have 9 of their first team players out. And I'm pretty sure if they had that, you know, I don't think they would have got it. But we've got Reading this week. It all comes down to the final game of the season. I think if everyone said at the start of the season, you know, if you win your last game of the season, you finish in the playoffs positions, would you take it? You know, 9 out of 10 people say yes. You know, you're always going to get that one person who's going to say, no, we should have done better, whatever. But now we're in this situation. It's just trying to get over the line. Now, unfortunately, we are playing against Reading. Now, I know Reading don't have anything to play for. They have stayed up. The one thing I actually wish they had something to play for. I really wish they weren't safe, because it means they would have had to attack us. It means they would have had to, you know, perform a bit better, just to make sure that they can get survival in the Championship. But because they've already stayed up, they're not really playing for anything. Yeah, they could be on holiday, but some of those players have a point to prove. You know, they want to remain a professional. Well, they want to play in the Championship. They want to be a Championship professional footballer. You know, they don't want to drop down a division. Some of them are probably want to move on to a better club, maybe. There is You know, Reading, I don't know how this midfielder is still at the club at Reading. John Swift, who's been amazing. Every time I see him play for Reading, he's their best player by a country mile. He's out of contract in the summer, so I don't know if he's going to have the attitude of, you know what, I don't want to get injured because I want a big move, or, you know what, I'm going to play my heart out because I want a big move. I don't know what his attitude is going to be like. I don't know what his mentality is going to be like. Same with their other players at Reading as well. I just don't know what their attitude, their mentality within that squad is going to be like. And it worries me because I do feel like they will just turn up and not care. Will they just counter-attack us? Because they know that we have to go for it. They know that we have to win the match. They know we have to go and score. You know, that's how you win football matches. You've got to go and score goals. So they know that they could just sit back, go on then. We're going to put 11 players behind the ball. We're going to slow the game down when we need to. We know what you've got to play for. And we're just going to counter-attack you when you guys come forward. So that, for me, gives me, you know, doubts whether or not we should play the current system which we've been playing all season, which has been very successful. I personally think we shouldn't be, because of the amount of players which we've got out injured. I don't think the current group which are fit actually suit the starter system which we like to play. I don't think like the 3-5-2 works without certain players who play in that side. There's no point playing the 3-5-2 if Elijah's not playing. There's no point playing that system if Alan Campbell isn't in the midfield. There's no point playing that system when you've got no creative spark in the midfield. You know, I feel like you do need Clark, and I think the one real positive that came out of the Fulham match is that Clark got 25 minutes. You know, he's got some fitness into him, because he's going to be absolutely vital in this game against Reading if he does play. We need him to play more than 45 minutes, if I'm being honest with you. I would like him to start. Whether or not he's going to be ready for that is a different story. But in the last game when we played against Reading, it was a solid performance, and it was the likes of Clark who performed and stood out in that game. Fingers crossed, he plays. He's always done well against Reading, but I remember last time where we played Reading, where we were trying to stay up, they had nothing to play for, and they beat us 5-0 at our place. That result can't happen, you know, because the fans this time round would obviously be at the stadium, because last time there was no fans there. But, you know, fans would be on the back of the players. If Reading score, you know, the atmosphere could be a bit toxic, because the fans want it, you know, we're there. We're literally in touching moments of it. Obviously, if we don't get it, it'd still be a successful season. But the fact that we're so close, we're just 90 minutes away from confirming it if we do win. You know, it's just, I just really want us to do it. You know, it's been an unbelievable season. You know, we've proven a lot of people wrong. You know, our squad compared to other teams, you know, we've outperformed better sides with more money. And it would be a fantastic story. And then, you know, just to confirm it, then we could talk about, okay, right, you know, Premier League, could we do it? But first, we have to look at it one step at a time. I'm nervous. We still got, what, I think less than 48 hours until kickoff. This feeling, it's not a nice feeling. I just want this feeling to go. But even if we do confirm a playoff position, this feeling is still going to stay, because I'm going to be so nervous around these semi-final games. As I'm recording this video, which is on a Thursday, by the way, you know, MK Dons play Wickham, you know, and I'm just going to watch it just to get me in this playoff feeling, just to hope that Luton can get into the playoffs. You know, I really hope we can do it, but I feel like if we are, we're going to have to play a different system. We are going to, for me, I would love us to play either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. I know we've done it in the past. We've got the players, in my opinion, who can play that system. Musway can play on the wing. Cornick can play on the wing. We can play Jerome or Hilton up top. It's just, I don't know if Nathan's going to do it. I really don't know. I think we're going to stick to the system which, you know, it's got us here in the first place, which is fair enough, but I just don't see enough tacking in spark from it. You know, when I watched the game against Fulham, the only time I thought we were ever going to score was through a set piece. We are good at set pieces, but we need to go forward to gain a set piece. That's my issue, and I just, for me, there's not enough in that side at the moment because of the players who are currently out. I don't know who's going to be fit. I'm hoping no one gets injured in training. God help if anyone gets injured in training. But it's, yeah, I feel like we're just the most unluckiest team going. But we're nearly there. I'm hoping, I still believe that we can do it. You know, a 90th minute winner is not what I need right now. I don't think the health, you know, the body could cope with that. But it wouldn't be Luton if we didn't make it hard for ourselves. Knowing us, other teams will probably start winning, and we desperately need that goal, and then someone will probably pop up in the 90th minute to get it. Hopefully it's a Luton player, not a Reading player, to kill our dreams. But yeah, it's down to us. We're in control of what we do. That's the beauty, I say, of it, that we are in control. Just can we do it? That is the question. And guys, let me know down in the comments, can we do it? Can we claim a playoff position? As already mentioned, Reading, nothing to play for, but players are fighting for contracts, I guess. Depends what attitude they're going to have. But we need to just turn up. Turn up, get the win, job done, into the playoffs, semis, here we come. Don't know who we'll play, because we can still finish 5th, even if we win. Sheffield United have to play Fulham. Fulham probably been drinking all week. Same with Bournemouth as well. They've got to play Millwall. Middlesbrough are away to Preston, so who knows? Who knows what could happen, but we just need to win our game, and then we can look at what other teams have done. But until then, we need to get the 3 points. Guys, that is the end of the video. There's not much else I need to say on this game. We just need the win. We really do. We just need the win. So drop a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Comment below your score predictions and also your starting 11s for this game against Reading. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.